Hello and welcome to Martin Morocco Classic Car Restoration, where we're going to show you the real world of classic vehicle renovation. In this episode we make progress on the Mercedes-Benz W123 and we start work on this gorgeous 1963 Cadillac convertible. Right, we're going to fit the new wheel arches to this Mercedes W123 today. There we are, there's the replacement wheel arch panel. It's bigger than we need on this car, so we're going to cut off the part that we don't need. So I've just marked that out with a pencil there. So we're going to trim that down and then trial fit it to the car, and when we know where that's going to go on the car, how that's going to fit, then we'll mark an appropriate line on the car and we'll trim the rusty metal out of the car. But this is the first step, so we're going to cut that off now. Well, that's got rid of the part we don't want, so we'll just clean the edges up on this one. Okay, well there it is. That's the part of the wheel arch repair panel that we're going to fit to the car. We don't need any more than that. It just makes the job more difficult if we put more than we need to on it. So there are some quite wrinkly edges. This is where the panel's been pressed out, and it's not a perfect pressing. So we will just tidy those areas up with a hammer and dolly, and also this edge here isn't quite level, so we'll do that also. We'll level that up before we attempt to fit this to the car. Okay, well that's got that shaped up a bit better, so we'll transfer this to the car, and then we'll mark off on the car where we need to cut the wing. Okay, so we have our repair panel. There it is. Now, most people just slap these right over the top, like that. That isn't the way. It really isn't. So, we need to mark that on there. So we're going to cut most of that away. most of it. We've put one of the wheel arches on and also welded the inner wheel arch. So this side's all finished, welding wise anyway. So I'll talk you through what we've done with that. The wheel arch welded into place. A bit more on the corner because that was absolutely rotten. And you can see here where we've plug welded that all the way around, and that's where we've repaired the inner wheel arch. And again at the front, that's where we've patched up that inner wheel arch. It's all got to be resealed yet. That's just a little bit of seam sealer to seal the welds. So now we need to do the other side. The other side isn't as rotten by a long way, so it's going to be a lot easier. Okay, so here's the other side, and it's actually pretty good apart from this corner, which is pretty bad due to a previous appalling repair. Well, so much for this side being better than the other. Take a look at this. It's the boot floor, and that is a previous repair. Yeah, just as bad as the other side. Well, just a little bit of bubbling underneath this factory sealant here revealed this. This is the main chassis leg that's just rusted away. All this panel had rusted here, and the reason that part's been cut away there is to gain access to that, because we can actually repair that fairly easily now we've got access to it. There's also Okay, we're going to have a look around this beautiful 1963 Cadillac convertible. We're going to do a full restoration on this car. As you can see, it's a monumental thing, huge, which I love. What do you think, Mish? Big, innit? It's a good looking car. It's actually not in bad condition at all. Pretty straight car, apart from a little bit of a parking nudge there, but that'll be fine. You won't see that. It'll buff out.
Buff out, yeah.
The rest of it's pretty good. So what we're going to do to this car, we're going to strip it all the way back to the basics. We're going to retrim the interior, we're going to change the colour, we're going to get it absolutely arrow straight, we'll repair the dent on the back, we'll re-chrome it where it needs it, and we're going to transform it into the most gorgeous Cadillac. So that'll be an interesting project. This is one of those cars that you either love or you hate. Some people just cannot see the point in driving around in Titanic 2, which is what it looks and feels like when it's on the road. But if you are into these sort of cars, they're incredible. The feeling you get from driving around in this huge chunk of American automobile history is just incredible, and lots of people love stuff like this. I do, and it's an interesting journey restoring something like this.
Today I am taking the interior out of this Cadillac. So all of the door cards, seats, everything needs to come out. Day 2 on pulling the Cadillac interior out. We've got both door cards out, seats are out as well, heavy there. Right, so I think I'll probably start on these back seats. We've got all the interior out that we wanted from the Caddy, door cards, back seats. These seats are loose, they're not actually fitted in, they're just sat in here for now because they take up a lot of room, and the only thing left is the carpet and dash.
Well, that's it for this episode. Join us again soon for more restoration tips and updates. We've just had these parts arrive. This is what £5,500 of Jensen parts looks like, which gives you a clue as to what's in the next episode.